Last time on Realm of the Gods, there will be fruit blood. The gang makes it back from their underworld tours and decide, you know what? Just then, the gang is pulled through a portal to a bright room as Horus shouts, "Uh-oh, Ra's pissed!" It appears the conspirators of the light. The gang bides their time and knows they are in some hot shit. But honestly, nothing they couldn't wiggle their way out of with some classic shenanigans. Then notice a television in the corner of the room. There's a breaking news report with a cool fight between a giant watermelon against a radish prince and a turnip princess. Oh wait, we know those guys. The gang starts panicking and agrees that, yeah, we need to help them. Just then, Ra enters with a blinding light, shouting, "We finally caught you rats." The interrogation is, well, pretty brief, Ra continues. "We know you went to the realm of shadows." Lysias chimes in, "Oh yeah, we were just visiting," and then Ra summons a literal sun into the room and Fegin disintegrates everyone in the room. Everyone's last thoughts are of impending annihilation, except me, Brythar, who, let's face it, has probably been here before. So Brythar wakes up back in the gift shop and he's staring into those little black, beady, soulless eyes again. Cronox, the so-called Lord of Time and Space, is honestly confused, like they really shouldn't be back here this quickly. After all, he barely got to play with his new toys, and honestly, that just won't do. Being this pseudo-omnipotent entity, Cronox just rewinds time, dragging the rest of the gang back to the same moment to rejoin Brythar. And before the gang even has a second to process what's going on, they find themselves outside, trapped inside this field of accelerated time. Looks a lot like some kind of arena, honestly. Off in the distance, they spot Horus, stuck outside the magical field, bound in the sands of time, and, well, he can't do a thing. Suddenly, another portal rips open right in front of the gang, and out storms a furious watermelon man, still locked in battle with Serenity and the Radish Prince. Serenity, though, she looks pretty badly hurt, and it's not looking good. The boss music starts up, and, well, the gang starts to make their moves. Ringo buries himself under the sand and starts summoning more of his kin, while I break out my trusty pocket hose and start spraying the watermelon man with hot cooking oil, making a kind of quicksand to slow him down. Nolene opens up with a round of Hephaestus Hellscreamer, and yes, she manages to get a solid hit in. Lysias, meanwhile, affixes his fruit-slaying blade to his shoe staff and opens up a weak point. While the watermelon man is struggling to get out of the pits, Ringo burrows his way over to Serenity and applies a turnip patch. She commits seppuku and then removes the blade before the patch brings her right back to full power. As the watermelon man finally escapes the sand trap, he takes a mighty swing with his weapon. Most of the gang just takes a glancing blow, but the Radish Prince sees his chance. He leaps above the watermelon monstrosity and tries to dig his blade in, but gets grabbed out of the sky. He is briefly dangled about the watermelon man's mouth before being consumed in one bite. In vengeance, Lysias charges between his legs and stabs the watermelon right in one of his little melons. Nolene takes aim and busts his other ball with another Hellscreamer round. Brythar summons a tentacle inside the weak points as Lysias comes in with another stab, and the dagger is dragged all throughout the watermelon man's body. Weakened, Lysias and Ringo go for a combo attack. Lysias hands Ringo his fruit-slaying blade and hurls him at the watermelon man's face. It almost appears that he's not going to make it when Nolene waves her Pharaoh's lucky fan, which, you know, propels Ringo just enough to gouge the watermelon's eyes. Ringo taps a temporal stopwatch from Cronox and returns back to the ground as the watermelon man is at his limit. As he stumbles around, he wails, "Why couldn't you just drink the orange juice?" So as Serenity leaps onto him, she delivers the finishing blows. As the gang spends a moment, just attempting to recuperate, Serenity stands there, contemplative, holding the heart of the watermelon man. Cronox has this devilish expression on his face and explains that Serenity must make a choice. Eat the heart of the watermelon man and bring balance to the produce pantheon, or use it to save the homie Horus. After a long time, Serenity chooses her friends over power, feeding the heart to Horus and freeing him. The gang quickly tells Horus not to make a portal, since Ra is, well, awaiting them. Well, the gang shows up back home only to find their underwater mansion burnt right down to the ground. Underwater, mind you, yeah, that's right. And there are corpses of Kraken just strewn about everywhere. Sifting through the wreckage, Latius finds Soakal, the god of hat-making, dying. Cradling him in his arms, Soakal explains that Ra and Cyril fought, and the house was destroyed in the process. He reveals that Ognir managed to make it out, but the goose is cooked. Enelon was likely alive as well, but honestly, no one cares. And on one last tragic note, Nolene's sweaty Hercules shirt is burnt to a crisp, save for a small patch. The gang buried Soakal with a hot pocket and a Thor coloring book. Will the gang avenge Soakal? Where will the gang live next? And what happened with Cyril? Oh, and what the hell is going to happen to Saki? Find out next time on Realm of the Gods. There will be fruit blood.